Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So if you've been watching my channel at all, since I've got to Thailand, I've used Viator quite a few times on some of the great visits that I've taken outside of my local area, and I've been so happy with using Viator up until this point. So Carla and I took one around Koh Samui. It was the last day, well, it was the day before our last day in Koh Samui, and there were things that I wanted to see in Koh Samui that I hadn't been able to see while I was at the retreat. So we went together, and it was about a 5-hour day, and it was just such a great half-day trip that encompassed a lot that we got to see. And so I didn't really know the background of all of the places that we were going to go before we went there. So I figured what I would just do is I would just go ahead and give you the information on each one before I show you the video. This tour was a half-day island tour around Koh Samui, and it encompassed visiting, I know I'm gonna mutilate some of these and I'm sorry, the Wat Plai Laem, the Big Buddha Temple, the Koh Viewpoint, Grandfather and Grandma Rocks, which was in one of my videos from one of our walks with the retreat, and the Mummified Monk. And so I'm gonna, right before each of those videos, I'll kind of give you a little bit of background, and then we'll watch the video, and then I'll come back on and give you a little bit of background. And that's kind of how I just decided to do this one. So I hope that you enjoy it. So the first stop on this tour was to Wat Plai Laem, which is a Buddhist temple. And it was a mixture of Thai and Chinese, from my understanding. And what was so great about this was there was multiple temples all in one stop. So we had the statue of the, I apologize, the Ganyen with 18 arms, and that was the one in the video that has the multiple arms, and then also the big statue of the Buddha. And it's all surrounded by water. The artwork is absolutely amazing and meticulous, and you can even feed the fish on there. We had they're huge catfish, and our tour guide told us that like when the floods or the rivers, crest or whatever, and then if the fish actually wander, I guess, get out somehow in the surrounding village, that they will actually bring them back and put them back in the waters because they do belong to the temple. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that one on this video now. And this is Wat Plai Laem, and there is plenty to see at this first stop.
Over there. That's the temple here. We have the Chinese, we have the Buddhist, and Hinduism religion. 9:40, we arrive back to your hotel. Sorry, back to our car. Our car is the car number 4 and the number 1. Our car, we have the order. Take care of it.
you doing?
So you can standing here, take a photo, you can hand me the camera, I will help you that. And after you done this, you can go inside. Okay, sorry ladies and gentlemen, we will stay here about 30 minutes.
That is unbelievable. How you even build something that big? I mean, how they make that look like rose petals.
The lotus.
Or yeah, the lotus pot. But how they make that look like that. I like him. I don't know, he just looks cool. With his like green. And his golden striped pants. 4 hands. And I think this is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, to build that with the arms, all those arms.
Yeah.
It's like a whole story right here. It's like a theater scene. The dragon's head. That's unbelievable. I can't even like believe I'm standing in front. Like, I mean, I wonder how high this is. I mean, this thing is, it's just unbelievable. This is why there's patience in these countries. Because do you know the level of patience that it takes to create something like this? It's not done overnight. You can't rush this. It will fall down. I mean, look, she's even got a pedicure. It's just unbelievable. I'm standing under this. My God. Ooh. Oh. Oh my, he's fast.
Baby.
I know. Oh, his tongue. I have like it zoomed way in with that tongue coming out. It's like, what?
Long, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, snap.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're waiting for us. Are we late? Oh dear. They're huge.
Too much is the big fish.
Yeah.
But when we have the hurry of the water here, but if the fish go anywhere, let the people keep back on the here.
do that?
Not
Ah.
to eat that.
Okay. Because they belong to the temple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Yuck.
The second stop in this tour was to the Big Buddha Temple, which is actually the Wat Plai Laem, which in English means the Big Buddha Temple. And this is also, you need to remember too, because I noticed a lot that you're going to temples, so you need to make sure that you wear temple dress. So ladies, if you have tank tops or you're wearing shorts or skirts that are above the knee, please make sure that you have something in your bag. Some places they have coverings that you can borrow that you can put on, but whenever you're going to temples, then you should be covering up shoulders and below the knees. So the most unique thing about this was the size and this giant staircase that we had to walk up that had the serpents that went along each side of it. And as you saw in the video, it's right near the airport because that plane just happened to shoot right over my head right after I had turned my camera on. And the Buddha statue stands 39 feet high or 12 meters high. So it was built in 1972 and it's one of the main tourist attractions in Koh Samui. And around that whole area before you go up the stairs there's shops and food. And so, I mean, it's a big tourist trap, if you will, but I still like to go and see those landmarks when I'm in a certain location. So let's take a look at this one, the Big Buddha, Wat Plai Laem. Whoa! Heck yeah! This timing.
So please be careful, step up. Yeah, you can take your shoe, go up there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah, we'll do that. They did, look at these. Yeah, they did that when I took that nighttime Chiang Mai tour. Mm-hmm. Oh, the view up here. Wow. That is pretty. So our third stop, and I was so excited because so many times, like when I was on the island and when we went to Fisherman's Village and I got picked up from the airport, we passed this spot, was the Koh Viewpoint. And that is actually where Choang, which is on the north side of the island near the airport, and Lamai actually meet on Ring Road. And Ring Road is the road that goes around the island. So that was really neat that I got to stop there and actually see kind of where they come together. But then when I started to walk away, you'll see in the video that there's this huge display of spirit houses. Now, what is a spirit house for? In Thailand, it's a home for any spirits, and you need to keep them appeased by either incense, bringing them food. They love the red Fanta. If you see that a lot in my videos, you will see that. And there was just a ton of them. And then when you have the large trees, I think they're banyan trees are the name of them, and you'll see the beautiful dresses that are hanging in plastic. It's the second time that I've seen that now. One was, the first time I saw that was at Benjikiti Park in Bangkok, where it had all these beautiful dresses, you know, protected with plastic, hanging under this tree with ribbon in the spirit house. So this had just huge number of spirit houses. And it was amazing because I was like, I kept hearing the cars beeping as they were driving by. So I asked our guide, I'm like, what does that signify? And so when people would drive by and they honk their horn, it's just, they're saying hi to the spirit as they drive by. So it's just a thing. And it's really cool. It's really neat. Pretty much every house you will see has a spirit house. Some are big, some are smaller, and they're usually located in the corner of the property. All right, let's take a look at the spirit houses and the Koh Viewpoint that connects Chaweng and Lamai. I feel like people just beep. I feel like it's a thing to beep your horn when you come by here. Our fourth stop was to Grandfather and Grandmother Rocks, and this is just such a wonderful little spot to stop. We actually walked it, so you'll see it in one of my previous videos. It was one of our morning walks when I was at the retreat, and we walked along the beach to reach Grandfather and Grandmother Rocks. But in this case, we got to take our tour bus right to there and walk up on there. And where do they get their names from? Well, you can see in the video that certain parts of the rocks resemble the male and the female parts. And so that is where they got that name. I was actually trying to look and see if there was more of a story behind it. So my theory is that probably some drunken sailors or whatever out on a boat, and then when they saw the rocks from that angle, which out at sea is where you really get the visual as far as the female part, and then the male part, obviously that's easier to see their way around. But let's take a video again. It'll be my second time visiting Grandfather and Grandma Rocks, but it is amazing to stand out all the way out on the rock forces out all over the ocean with the waves crashing up. It's simply beautiful. We're here at Grandfather and Grandmother Rocks. I'm going to turn you around and show you why it's called that. So this is Grandmother. Use your imagination. And then that one, Grandfather. The final stop on this tour is Wat Khunaram. I hope I said that right, which is the temple where the mummified monk is housed. And so he was I'm gonna read this now just to make sure that I get it right. So Wat Khunaram is at a Buddhist temple. So once again, you'll wanna make sure that you're dressed in temple attire. And it is most notable for being the shrine of the mummy monk. And his name was Luang Pho Daeng. He died in 1973, and he directed that his body be put on a display as a reminder of the transience of human existence. they did put sunglasses on him, and the theory was for that was to protect his eyes from the sun and from the flashes of all the cameras that were in there. Now there was some ladies that were shaking. You'll see that in the video, and I guess you shake these canisters and then you pick a number out of it or whatever, and then once you pick out your number, then you go over to the wall and you read. It's kind of like, I mean, like a fortune thing or something. Carla did it. She wasn't happy with what hers said. I chose not to do it. But also you'll notice on those silver looking canisters that had some etchings on them. So those were etchings that were actually done by the monk, and Luang, I don't want to just call him the monk, Luang Pho Dang, they were etchings that he actually did, and then those are on display there. So again, that was just another stop. It was another temple. And to me, they're all interesting. I love seeing all of the intricacies, the attention to detail, the colors, the creativity. Every temple, I don't know. I know some people get tired of it. I'm not tired of them yet, just because all of them are so different. And then in my pictures at the end, you'll see this elderly Thai man that I think he just wants to get like well known on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, because if you walk past him, he requests that you take his picture. So wherever you post it, he can be seen. So that is our final stop in this tour, and I hope that you enjoy.
Okay, 12. Anybody else? It's a secret thing.
I miss.
Hope anyone over here get the next with last week. Back here to big offering. Like the last lady, 2 million baht.
Do you have to pay to do it? I think the last lady won 2 million baht. Turtle. It's a turtle. I think it's a real turtle. Do you see the monkey in the back?
Yeah.
Reading a book or whatever he's doing? and oh, all right. I got to get a close up of that. So being that I travel solo most of the time, Viator has been an awesome experience for me. They come and one, it's very affordable. Two, they come and they pick me right up at my hotel. I get to go on a tour. I'm with other people. So I'm not just wandering all the time alone. Sometimes it's nice to be alone, and then sometimes it's nice to be with other people. And then when the tour is over, then they return me back to my hotel. So I can't ask for anything more. I've gotten to see some really great things that I don't know that I necessarily would have gotten to see, along with having a guide that is educated in some of the history of Thailand and the areas that we went. So if you haven't tried Viator, there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. I haven't used it yet, but I will link both of those below in the description if you're interested in checking them out. But Viator is very easy. Just put in where you're at and it'll bring everything up, and it brings the price and the duration and all of the things that you're gonna see, and then the cost that it'll take. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer those for you. And I hope that you enjoyed this video tour of Koh Samui before I leave the island.